Okay, now we're going to cover the tools. And the tools are a very important part of the system. Where to use the tools, how to use the tools, this is going to be very, very important to you. So that's what we're going to cover now. We're going to start out with a floor brush. This is called a large rectangular floor brush. We have bristles on one edge. We have a squeegee here in the front, and then we have our clips. We also have a locking mechanism that you can lock the handle for doing carpets. You can unlock it for doing ceilings and walls, things where you want to move the brush at different angles. This is a very, very important part of this tool. The floor squeegee is not for windows. This is if you had a lot of water in a cellar or something and you wanted to squeegee that water over to a floor drain, this would be the proper tool to use for that. The bristles are great if you want to do some scrubbing on a garage floor, something where you need the extra agitation to break something loose. But most of the time we use this brush, we're going to be using a towel. And what the towel is for is if I'm cleaning with just this brush, I might break things loose and I will turn it to a liquid form because of the heat, but we're not going to pick it up. The towel is to allow you to pick up what you're trying to remove. It's the heat. It's the heated towel that's actually doing the work. And much like if you had candle wax dripped into a tablecloth, the best way to get it out is to lay a towel over the top and iron it. And you're going to raise the candle wax from the non-heated tablecloth to the heated towel. It's going to pull it right up into the towel. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're using this towel for. Wherever we can work with a towel, that's the way we're going to do it. Now we also have what we call a filler pad. The filler pad will come like this, where we'll have a triangular pad and the large rectangular floor pad inside this package. What you're going to do is put it inside the brush, and it just gives you more towel surface on whatever you're working on. We'll set it on top like that, and the fold of the towel is forward, and the two openings are back here. We're going to press both of these clips at one time and draw the back corner of the towel into the two tabs. Then we're going to take this little piece, this is called a nurse's tuck, and we're going to pull that into the forward clamp, and then grab the whole front of the towel and pull it back to the back clamp. And we just reverse that over here, but I'll pull it a little bit tight, pull this in, and a nurse's tuck again right here into the clamp, and this back into the back clamp. Now you can put the towel on any way that you choose, but this is going to work better because we have a much tighter fit. We've closed off the ends, so we're forcing the steam down into what we're working on. And that's what we're trying, the objective of putting the towel on this way is. Now there's a couple different uses of the brush where we may put the towel on a little differently. If we had a floor where a lot of the finish was gone and we didn't want as much heat down into that floor, we would only clamp the front two pieces of the towel, front and back, and that's going to allow the steam to escape out the end here on both ends, same thing. So we have less heat, less steam going down. Another use for this towel would be if we're working on a like a garage floor again and we want to just scrub it first, we can clamp the two front pieces of the towel. Actually, that might be one time where it's a good place to use a single thickness. Normally, I would always recommend doubling that towel. You'll have more absorbency and you'll have four sides to every towel. You can flip it over and then you can fold it in half the other way. But where you want to use it on a garage floor, it might work better to use it singly, and you would take the pad out at that time too. And then in that case, we're just going to clip the front, use the front two clips, and then we can flip it up and scrub with the bristles, and then flip it down and pick up what moisture we've laid down. It's an excellent way of using this on like a cement surface, something like that. Okay, then we're going to go to the triangular brush here. And this tool we're going to towel pretty much the same way, the fold forward again, but we're going to push down one of the clips and pull the towel forward over the top, and again forward over the top this way. Then bring this side back over the top and this side to finish it off. And again, we've closed off all the surfaces, and it would be a good idea, which I didn't do, but to use your little pad in here as well to give you that towel surface over the whole area. And the triangular brush also has a locking clip. And again, you'll find this very important when you're using the tools. Then we have our nozzle. And the nozzle is probably one of our most important tools. We're going to use this throughout the house, around where we're trying to get into cracks and crevices, around a sink, maybe around the chrome pieces of a oven or something like that. And the different tools are going to just slide on like so. You just push them on and twist at the same time. This particular tool, by the way, is called a clothes brush. And it has soft bristles where everything else has a much stiffer bristle. This is a soft bristle, so when we use it on fabrics, it will move smoothly and not catch on the nap of the fabric that we're using it on. And we also can get a little pad for this brush to give you more surface on whatever you're working on. When we're using this brush and you want to use a towel, you just put the towel over the top and use a rubber band to just hold that on. That's going to hold the towel on in place while you're doing your work. And then when you get that too soiled, just move it just a little bit further down and put it back on again. And you can continue that all the way down the towel and then flip the towel over again. And rubber band you don't have to put on and on, over and over and over again. You can just one time, just to hold the towel, so you don't have to hold it by hand, because that'd be a good way to burn yourself. Then we have the small medium brush. Again, this is just to get into small areas and have a little agitation to help you work off whatever you're trying to remove. We have different sizes of that particular brush. We have the small nylon brush. This is probably the most popular brush. You can use well around the sink, around the faucets. Again, later in the video we'll be using this brush a lot. Then we have a brass brush. And this is used for the oven racks, tile and grout, because it's stiffer than the nylon, even when you introduce steam to it or heat. Heat's going to make the nylon brush a lot less abrasive. The brass is just going to be a little bit stiffer. Again, great for tile and grout, ovens, oven racks, things like that. Then we have the stainless steel brush. This is used for real aggressive work like concrete, black iron. You're not going to use this a lot, but there are some places where maybe you've got paint on concrete and you want something just real stiff to help you get that off. We have a little crevice tool. The original purpose for this was to help you remove wallpaper. The steam passes out through here and you can get it started under the wallpaper edge and help you lift the wallpaper. But we also like this very, very much for getting into the channels on a window, for instance. You can put the rubber band on it, and now you have a nice thin edge with the towel to help you lift all the particles out of that window gutter. It also works very, very well to help you get heavy deposits out of an oven. It'll just help you peel them back and get steam underneath them. So this is a very, very popular tool. Obviously, we're going to use the